Today was all about connecting communities, bringing people together, people that have been affected by cancer, whether directly or indirectly, and really getting a feel and a sense of what the barriers that they faced were. Also having healthcare professionals to really hear their stories and bringing different organisations together so we can learn from each other.
So my hopes for the conference today is that one, we'd get a fantastic turnout, two, that all of the speakers and all of the stall holders who turned up today got a lot out of the day, but also all of those who attended as an individual or a care professional were able to network and make some new connections so that when we have people coming into our village of Wandsworth Borough, that they get the right help, the right support when they're dealing with a cancer diagnosis for themselves or for their family or any of their loved ones.
The biggest hope for our conferences is collaboration. So we always want to make sure that we're including about 50% of lived experience and 50% of healthcare professionals or members of the community that are facilitating support in some capacity, to bring those two people together, to have those conversations, to learn from each other and make differences moving forward.
Oh, it's been amazing today. Just meeting so many people, so many patients, so many different health professionals, finding out about lots of different things going on in the community. It's been so valuable. The things that we've really noticed at St George's is lots of groups that we offer to people. It's often the same demographic that come along to the groups or the services that we run. And when you look at our local population, that's not representative. So we wanted to understand how we could improve access for people and make things more inviting so that people from different backgrounds, different religions, different cultures, that they wanted to come and join us and felt comfortable to be getting involved in these services.
For me, it's key to have so many different groups because there are so many different groups involved with someone's cancer journey. It's not just the person that does the initial testing, which we had people there, but it's also those that after the testing will give you the diagnosis, and then after the diagnosis, those who will actually deal with your treatments, because that again is key.
In the care that we provide, we know that there's a number of health inequalities, and often our messaging isn't reaching the right people. So this for us is a great opportunity to link in and find out what's important to our Black and Asian communities and see what we can do to adapt things to make life easier for them.
Yeah, because traditionally certain communities, certain voices aren't heard. And part of our project is to amplify those voices from different segments and really having a collaborative approach and really working together. That's what we're here for.
I think for me, the message, without pointing fingers and all of that stuff doesn't get you nowhere. What I want is a type of détente, peace, fairness, and equality, and no biasness. Détente, I think that's the word I would use. Fairness for everybody.
I think a conference like this is so important because it's using another way of communicating with a community that doesn't want to talk about cancer. It doesn't want to talk about negative health impacts and death. And so bringing people together in this space, in a safe environment, with people that look like you and reflect you, and some of whom have gone through experiences that you are going through, means that you can impact them more tangibly in that they can take away the information that they've heard today. They're getting tools, they're being empowered to take care of their health.
I think it's about reducing barriers to entry and increasing access to information and bringing people who are working towards the same goals in one space to enable people to network, to collaborate, to show solidarity, to hear the why we're doing this, and hear many stories of people who've been impacted by cancer, hear the stories of people who have been impacted by loved ones who've been impacted by cancer, and also hear the work that organisations and groups are doing to support people living with or being impacted with cancer. I think being in a space where it's focusing on Black and brown people particularly because they have a a unique experience and relationship with cancer, I think that makes it much more personal and much more impactful, because you are serving a particular need of a community that often doesn't get addressed.
A conference like this is so important because it helps to kind of bridge that gap in, I guess, you know, what is missing within the BME community. A lot of us don't always know where to turn for information. There's a lot of taboos within the BME community. And it's just a great place to kind of like fill your boots in terms of all of the right resources that are here available for you to access, professionals that you can ask questions directly to, and also kind of that shared experience of other people that you can actually identify with, to be able to kind of connect with those people, to ask questions from real life people who have actually experienced cancer.
A conference like this is bringing people together, but also spreading the word for those people that have had an impact from cancer where they may not have ordinarily had a voice. Of like we had Anselm today, who had a fantastic story to tell, which hadn't been told before to a group of individuals, and you could see the energy in the room after he finished, and people were moved by his story. Those are the stories that we need to get out there to the general public, say you're not alone and these things happen, but we're looking to make a change.
Hope for the future. The next 4 go as well as this one, and the Croydon one in July. And hopefully the next 4 we see lots of new faces as well, people that we haven't yet met, and hopefully they'll come along and they will participate and contribute to the meaningful cause that we're trying to do here.
Great hope for this, for the future of this project is to have people from the BME community, people with lived experiences, to sit at the table when it comes to decision making about their cancer journeys and how the NHS and healthcare professionals deal with them. Rather than it being dictated from an ivory tower, we really need the voices from the communities to be heard and to be accepted.